Hey guys, welcome back to another review. I'm gonna be reviewing the Capitol Mall. Yes, the Capitol Mall. But before I do that, remember to hit that like button and subscribe for more videos and content. I have 175 subs. Thank you guys for the support. I really appreciate it. And I don't really have much else to really say, so let's go ahead and talk about the Capitol Mall and tell you guys my thoughts on it. So the Capitol Mall, apparently according to Google, it's been around since 1978, which is a long time. I'm honestly shocked because a lot of malls honestly have actually died at this point. A lot of them are abandoned. A lot of them are actually in rough shape. Like, you guys should go on YouTube and look up abandoned malls, because there's people who've recorded malls that are falling apart and they look pretty bad. Some are dead, but there's still stores active in the mall. Like, mostly JCPenney's, those are really active in abandoned malls. Well, the malls, though, some of them aren't abandoned, like I mentioned, but they're not alive anymore. They're dead. The stores are the only things that are active about them. Just like there's even a mall in Chesterfield, the Chesterfield Mall. That one's actually abandoned. Well, it's not abandoned, but it's dead. There's only a few stores in the mall. It's pretty much dead. My uncle said it got turned into a school, so that's interesting. But the mall still exists. It's just a lot of it is just gone. It's not very active anymore, and it's just there's only a few stores left in there. But then we go to the Capitol Mall. Now, this won't be the only mall I review on this channel. I will be reviewing other malls I've been to. But I figured, why not start with the mall that I've been to first, which is the Capitol Mall. Now, I've been to the Capitol Mall many times in the past. I've been there many times. I've been going there since I was itty bitty. And I gotta say, the mall has changed a lot over the years. It has. This is actually the fun fact that I mentioned here. The mall has been remodeled. They remodeled it. It looks a lot different than it did in the past. Now, you can see some similarities to the old mall, like some of the hallways still exist and stuff. But a lot of the mall has been remodeled. A lot of it has, and they remodeled it, I think back in 2013, 2014, they remodeled it. I can't remember when they remodeled it. I can't remember. I actually thought the mall was dead. I thought it was gonna die. They were gonna shut it down because back in 2012, there was only I think 20 people in the. Actually, not even 20 people in the mall, like 10 people. And you could argue though that there are people that were in the mall were probably, well, people that don't go to school or something. But even after school, because I went to school in the past, and around that time, when I got off school and all that, I would go to the mall and hang out, and yeah, it was, there was still hardly anyone there, so the mall was pretty much dead. It was dead. But farmers ended up buying the mall. They bought it and they remodeled it, and it's doing better. It's doing better than it was, but it's still not great. It's still not the best mall. It doesn't really have a lot of stores. See, malls in the past had different types of stores in them. They had closed stores. They had they had closed stores, they had gaming stores, they had stores where you could buy furniture and stuff in them. This mall has nothing left. It's basically mostly clothes now, clothes and perfume and stuff. Unless you're wanting to, get perfume and clothes, then the mall is probably not the best place to go. Well, this mall isn't. This mall used to have a Sears in it too, but it went bankrupt back in 2017. I keep thinking 2018, and it was 2017. It went bankrupt. It and Kmart were shut down in Jefferson City, in they were both shut down in March of 2017. They were both shut down. They both shut down though, which is kind of sad, but that's what happened. They both shut down, and but they were both, Sears and Kmart are both owned by the same company. So I was thinking Kmart bought out Sears, but I think it was the other way around. I think Sears bought out Kmart back in 2002. But they've both been struggling for a long time, and I actually reviewed Kmart in the past on my store reviews. If you guys want to check out that, it'll be on the playlist that this one is on. So yeah, there'll be that. But yeah, but there used to be a bunch of different stores at this mall, but now it's basically kind of just dead at this point. Well, it's not dead. It's active. It's not like other malls where I've been to where it's like there's nothing left to go to. There's actually things in this mall, and people still go to it. Like there's a food stand to go to. There's a place to walk around, play, and all that. There's still that, but the mall doesn't have a lot to it anymore. A lot of stores have shut down. There used to be a bookstore. The bookstore's gone. The toy store's gone. There's like nothing left. It's just clothes now. Clothes and perfume. There is one store I like to shop at. It's called Slackers. I go to shop at Slackers there a lot. They got a lot of great stuff at Slackers, but that's really all that's left. There's really nothing left to look at the mall. It's kind of just dead. I mean, there's clothes stores, but I keep saying the word dead. It's not like it's dead, but there's not really a lot of stores at the mall that are different between clothes and other things you shop at. See, the mall in Columbia, that one actually has a lot more stuff in it than this one does. It has a carousel in it, a freaking carousel. This one's got nothing in it. It's got a little playground for little kids, but I'm not a little kid. I could probably play on that playground, but it's not, because the playground is so small, I can't really do anything on the playground because I'm too big. I'm an adult. There was actually once 2 playgrounds in the mall, or 2 of them. There was actually one's not around anymore. They sealed that way off. They sealed it off. Oddly enough, it had a where it was at, the area where it was at, there was actually a little seat. It was shaped like a square. It wasn't actually, I don't think, it wasn't a full square. It was basically like mostly a square, but the one side was off, but it was like attached to the wall. For some reason, they removed that seat. For some reason, before they remodeled the mall. I'm not sure why. You could say, well, they probably did it because they were remodeling the mall, but they didn't remodel the mall until a while later. They removed that, I think in 2012 they removed that. And they didn't remodel the mall until 2013 or 14, so it was a while. I'm not sure why they removed the seat. I'm not sure why they did that, but I remember it because I thought it was funny looking, and I mentioned it I did a video on it back in the day. I did a whole video showing off the entire mall. Unfortunately, here's the thing. Unfortunately, I lost the video when I lost my memory cards. I never found them, so we cleaned the whole house up and haven't found them. I'm not sure why they would be missing, but they are. I don't know if I'll ever find them or not, but I believe I backed up. Here's the thing. I believe I backed up one memory card on a hard drive. I'm not sure if I did that or not. I could be wrong, but I think I did do that, so I could have some footage of the mall. I'm not sure. Because I know I've recorded some places more than once, so I could have got the mall in 2012 too. I'm not sure, but I don't think I did that in 2012. I think I only did that in 2013. I recorded the mall again. I did that back in 2020. I recorded it. Oddly enough, I recorded it about the same time. I recorded it about the same time. So that's pretty interesting, though. That I think, yeah, it was because I did it at the beginning of the year. So I did it right before I got my my third 3DS, which had my fifth memory card in it, the one that's corrupted. So yeah, I had some history with this mall and all that, and but yeah, sadly, yeah, unfortunately, the mall definitely has gone downhill. It really is. It's doing better than it did, but it's still not. There's still not a lot of places to shop at. I've been to other malls where there's more things to do at the mall. Here, there's not really a whole lot. All that there really is slackers and some clothes stores. That's about it. There's no more bookstores. There's no more toy stores. I mean, I may be an adult, but I still like, collecting toys and stuff sometimes. But unfortunately, they closed the toy store down. They got a place where you can donate toys, but that's not really useful because, you can't buy any toys there, so it's not really useful, but it's kind of a shame, though, that this mall has kind of gone downhill. It used to be really good. It does have an arcade in it, too. Here's the thing. Before the mall got remodeled, they actually had an arcade in it, too, but they shut it down. I'm not sure why they shut down the arcade. That's probably what drove a lot of people away, honestly, was shutting down an arcade. Because they shut the arcade down, and I know arcades are kind of fading away. Arcades are kind of becoming a thing again, and arcades are starting to become more of a thing again, but they were dying out. They were kind of like DVDs. They were dying out, but the DVDs and arcades are starting to become more of a thing again. I don't think they'll ever be as big as they were back then, but they're definitely bigger than they were about a decade ago. But they shut down the arcade, and I think after they did that, they kind of drove some people away for the old mall. They drove people away, and people weren't very happy about it, but I mean, it kind of was upsetting because I wanted to video the arcade in the video. I remember the video. I remember it. I remember recording the entire mall. I'm pretty sure I did it on the fourth memory card. I honestly can't remember exactly when I did it. I'm pretty sure it was at the beginning of the year. It definitely wasn't in March, because March is when my second 3DS was acting up, so it had to have been before. But I'm not sure. But man, clearly the mall, though, sadly has kind of just, it's kind of gone downhill and all that. It's not really the same anymore, and I feel like I don't got really much else to say. I'm kind of repeating myself at this point, but it's kind of sad. It's sad the mall has kind of gone downhill. It used to be really good. It really did. But it's still got some things that are worth going to. But there's not really a whole lot left to the mall, really. There's not really a lot of different things to shop at. The mall in Columbia has a Target in it. This mall does not. So, there's not really a lot to this mall to go to it. But I've had some fun in the past. I even used to go to GameStop at this mall. I used to go to GameStop too. There used to be 2 GameStops in Jeff. There used to be 2 of them. But then the old mall shut down. Well, they didn't shut down. They remodeled it. But they remodeled the mall, and the old GameStop was gone. They replaced it with another store, which I can't remember what it was called. But they had a lot of stuff though. But they had a lot of stuff back in the day, but they don't anymore, which is kind of sad. But it's still nice to walk around and have fun. It's still nice. Even though there's not a whole lot left to the mall, they could open more stores. They could do that. They could. Who knows? I mean, it wouldn't be so bad if there were more stores to shop at besides clothes stores and perfume stores, because like beauty stores, we'll just say, call them, because dressing up in and makeup and stuff as beauty. I like to see like a bookstore, a toy store in there again, and maybe a store where you could buy like decorations. That'd be cool because there used to be Sears there. Sears was actually one of the stores that survived the old mall. It did. It survived the old mall, but it went bankrupt Sears went bankrupt and they shut it down in 2017. But technically, Sears and Kmart went bankrupt in 2019. But Sears went under before. Well, Sears went under there in 2017. So they were closing down the stores there. But I don't know. I don't know what to say there. I guess I can go ahead and give this a score though. Well, since there's not really a whole lot to go there, but it's still enjoyable to go to the mall, I think I'm going to give this one 51 points. Yes, I'll give this one 51 points, which is a meh. Yeah, this mall is not like as good as it used to be. If it had more stores in it, I probably would give it a good. But there's not really a lot of stores in it. There's not. It's just the stores are. There's not really a lot to go to at this mall. Compared to the Columbia one, this one's got like hardly anything left in it. Really, it's just. It'd be cool to see other things in it, but you can't. Occasionally you can't. If you have Halloween events here, they do. They have that, and then they have Christmas where you meet Santa. But otherwise, this mall's not as good. And that's the thing with malls in general. Malls are kind of becoming a thing in the past too. In general, they're not as well known as they once were. They're kind of just becoming a thing in the past. I mean, they're still popular. People still talk about malls, but there's not really a lot to them anymore. But this mall does have a restaurant too. It has Fuji, which Fuji also survived from the original mall too. So some of these places still did survive. But there was even another store. I think that was the perfume store that survived too. But a lot of stores though from the original mall didn't shut down, and they remodeled it. They also had some that shut down that were really good, like the bookstore and the toy store. They both shut down. They actually combined them together, and after that, they didn't last very long, and they both shut down. I think they combined them together because the rent was too high or something. I'm not sure. But I don't know, though. I don't know. It'd be cool, though, if they had other things there, because I guarantee if they had other things in this mall, it probably would do really well. And maybe they could put a fast food place, because there actually is some food places in this mall, but there's not really a whole lot to this mall. So that's kind of why it's not getting bad, because there is some things to enjoy at this mall. There's just not a lot anymore. There's just not. But I think overall, I think I'll continue going to this mall years after to come until the end of time when this mall actually shuts down. Who knows when that will be? But because I sure thought it was gonna shut down back in 2012 or 13, but nope, it survived. It's still around in 2022, which is 10 years later. But I don't know. But we'll have to see what happens to this mall. And I don't know. Have you guys ever been to a mall before? If you guys have, what's your mall like? Because I know in different areas malls are different. Please let me know down in the comments below. And I'm gonna go ahead and let things go here though, because I have to eat my food because I'm hungry. I'm gonna eat my food, and I know I'm kind of eating something kind of late, but I ended up messing up my grits, and I had to remake them, and they got hot, and we were spending a lot of time today cleaning the floors up so they can redo them, which I'll have a video on that either tomorrow or on Tuesday. We'll have to see. I know I've already videoed the house off, but I want to show off the emptiness in the floor so you guys can see them. But anywho, hope you guys enjoyed the video. See you guys all tomorrow for more videos. Well, I guess technically it is tomorrow now, but anywho, bye.